What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Jane Be Tuning. Today we are going to work on the Acura MDX. We have some products here that we'll be using and see how well they're going to work. I got a Meguiar product here for rebobbing our headlights, and so we're going to try that. I already prepared the MDX here. I just basically masked it so that way we don't scratch the areas that we're not wanting to buff. So anyways, I'm going to be sanding it down a little bit, clean it up, and then sand it down. So it's getting so dull, as you guys can see. Hopefully we can revive it. Hopefully these are just surface, but it looks like these ones are inside there. I'm not quite sure. We'll try it anyways and see if that basically shines up again as it used to. Anyways, stay tuned. So the products that we have here are not sponsored at all. Meguiar. Just to show you exactly what I have here, I've used this a couple times with the Pilot before. It did work pretty well, so I'm going to try it with the MDX today and see if that's going to make a difference. So we have like a bunch of sandpapers here, different grits, and we have those two pads that came with Meguiars. This is going to be the 1000 grit and the 3000, which is going to be the finishing one there. And it comes with this pad with this Velcro type thing. And then we have the polisher here, which is basically used a couple times already, and all the stuff that we need in the process there, the wax and the sealant there. So anyways, I got our soapy water here. I'm gonna probably make some more of that, and we're gonna clean the surface up first, and then we will wet sand it and see how it goes. So first and foremost, I have my soapy water and the little scrubber here just to remove the bugs and stuff that we have on the surface here. Just with soap basically here. So that way we have clean surface to work with. Next step is that wipe it down. We'll hit it one more time with some soapy water here to make sure we got all the dirt. So here it is, guys, after cleaning it up. As you guys can see how dull this baby is. So that way we can have a comparison with the before and after at some point when it's done. But as you guys can see, it's so dull right now that I have a really nice LED sets of headlights there. But they're really, really dull right now. Just not shining through and through. So anyways, let's give it a try now. We're gonna sand it down and then we will go from there. So we get the 1000 grit to start with. Just wet this down again. We have cleaned this from the last time we used it. Now we start off this side first and see if we can sand some of that film on top of this thing that's been basically there for the past few years. Bugs and grinds and debris. So light sand, one direction for now. Steady pressure, that is. In one direction for now, and then we'll change direction after. Change direction here, up and down. We'll clean that up and then we'll hit it with the 2000 grit. Looking good. Switch over to the other grit that we have here. We have 2000 or 3000 actually, 3000. It'll be super refined here. Let's see how well it's Showing now. Let's hit it again with this. This should remove a lot of that scratches from the 1000 grit. That's getting clear already, as you guys can see. Looking very nice. I think this is going to turn out pretty good. Now, next step would be to hit it with a clean water there. Just basically plain water. And then it's looking pretty good already, guys. As you guys can see, it's a lot clearer now. So once we buff this in, it's going to look really nice. Get some bug in the bottom here. But yeah, it's looking very nice. We got clean water here. Just wash it one more time just to make sure it's nice and clean. And then I have a towel here. Just want to revisit this side because this is where the majority of the imperfections. This edge right here, nice and clean. Right, guys, time to polish. Here's the Meguiar polisher here. I'll just put a few drops on our applicator here. 3 drops is good enough. And then we just dab it in here. A couple of areas. Looking good already on this side. Put a little bit more. You want to block your view, guys? Wow, looking nice, guys. What a big difference here, that's for sure. Wow, looking good, guys. Definitely way better than it was. Oh, night and day difference. Definitely night and day, just like brand new now, guys. I don't know if you guys can see that through the camera here, but here I'll show you what's going on here. Wow, definitely night and day difference. Oh, wow. Can you see that? Nice. All right, let's finish it up and put the protection in and see how long this is gonna last. Worst case scenario, we can just put a good amount of clear coat in there at some point to preserve it even more. But I'll definitely take this for now. So we got our microfiber here and our applicator with our polisher here, or what do you call this, UV protectant. Make sure you shake it pretty well, and let's just apply this evenly. What I should have done is I should have placed the 3M film on this baby. This will protect it here. There's a UV protectant on this. Just enough amount. No need to put too much. Now we'll follow it up with a clean microfiber. Let's get a fresh one here. Just for finishing touch. Just wipe excess. Yeah, at some point definitely I'm gonna paint this with a clear coat. That will definitely retain that luster there. Plus we can buff it and wax it if we want to long term. That's all done, guys. As you can see, just gonna show you quickly how good it is. Wow, what a difference that made. As you guys can see, it almost went back to the original factory color. Looking very nice. Oh, I'm pretty happy with this. That's for sure. Anyways, we're gonna try and do the other side now. And we'll show you when everything is done here. There we go, guys. We got our right side done. This side is actually worse than the other side. I was able to remove as much as I can of the glare, but there's still some in there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's somewhat a glare still right at the middle there. But, well, it's way better than before, that's for sure. I'm not going to complain. It's not perfect, but at least with the protection, the UV protection should last for about a year or so. So possibly next time we can just paint this whole thing and clear coat it and see how that's gonna held up over time. This looks pretty good, as you guys can see both sides now. I'm gonna take the tape off pretty soon here, but if you look at both sides, it's definitely a lot better here. Let me get the keys and turn the car on, or the lights at least, and see how that looks like. I gotta open the door there. Hold on a second. Open the door and see if that light turns on. Here we go. So both of the lights turned on. Not too bad. Really doesn't do justice via the camera here. Via the lens, it's really hard to tell. But as you can see, it's nice and clear. Not too bad at all. Definitely not too bad. Let me show you the other side before it turns off here. No, I'm pretty stoked again. Looks nice. I'm not gonna argue on that one. Looks pretty good.